Welcome to Monday Morning with Marilyn. There you are. That's an idea for a show, isn't it? No, it'll depress you all.
Monday, yeah, Monday with Maz.
Monday was the Mad Monday.
Mad
Well,
Monday,
look,
Mad Monday with Mad Maz, yeah.
yes. Well, I've got to give you your head,
Oh,
and she's gonna love this. There are certain loves in her life. One of them is Sadiq Khan, of course, but we've mauled him on various occasions. The other love is Meg and Harry. I
the
mean,
ginger and the
it's a
whinger.
joke, isn't it?
The ginger and the whinger. Do you know why I think they're here? I think I might be wrong, but I wonder because he has gone on about the drugs he took and blah, 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 blah. I'm thinking if his visa is coming up and Trump may not let him stay because of what he has said so proudly about his drug taking and all of that. And I'm thinking, have they jumped before they're pushed?
Could be.
Because she was so adamant she didn't want to, other than that, or she can't shift all the jam that she's made. I mean, it could be that.
I should give her your recipe for marmalade.
Oh,
That'll.
absolutely right. Absolutely right. I can, the Duchess of Marmalade. But truly, I couldn't give a monkey's whether they come or not. What gets me is this was obviously a design plan because they've got a house they're going to in Cotswold, and that takes some doing, doesn't it? Then they've looked at schools and stuff like that. And then they only told the king last Sunday. And I don't know. I wouldn't try. I don't trust them. I mean, I saw that awful interview with what was that black woman, Oprah Winfrey. Oh golly, I cringe when I see it. And but I just don't trust her. I honestly think that's probably what it is. He is saying, oh, it's because of his father's health. I don't believe it. I honestly don't believe it. And also, I mean, quite globally and publicly, he threw his family under a bus. And he thinks that's all right. I just come back.
Hmm.
And I mean, that really
What's he going to the Cotswolds for? I mean, Andy Burnham's going to send all his vagrants there, isn't he?
well, maybe with his military training, he could actually rustle up a quasi army. You never know, do you? I mean, but I wouldn't trust their reasons for coming back. I just thought at the weekend, I thought, I wonder if that's if that's um, if it's to do with that.
I think there's a lot of things going on. I mean, I'll be pleased to know, and I'll be able to sleep at night to find out what part she's going to be taking in the next Corrie or the next EastEnders or wherever.
Well, she's got a job, hasn't she, with Guy Ritchie? She's going back to acting. But
Yes.
then she's always acted. She's been acting all this time.
Well, it's on and off, like I suppose that sums them up. But let them get on with it. I mean, it is August, it's the silly season.
It is the
The
silly
newspapers have
season.
got to have something to write about.
I really
And
don't. I don't understand why you have to get to give it so much media space. I really do. I think a lot of people have lost respect. They're not really bothered,
no,
and just get on with it. Get on with your life. You'll be they'll be in the media light all the time because when they went and they said we want privacy, we want privacy, we must have privacy, and all they did was stick themselves in front of a camera the whole time.
yeah.
So,
Well, I noticed this morning the Lake Ness, even the Loch Ness monster was revealed. It always happens in August, of course, when Parliament goes down for a little sleep.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
You wheel on the Loch Ness monster.
yeah.
Surely our journalists are better than that every August.
Well, I don't think the Parliament should go to sleep anyway. I mean, not in today's world of trauma and difficulty. I think they should still be working. And of course, the knob of the North has gone to Kyiv today, hasn't he? Will he wear
Uh,
a t-shirt or will he wear a suit?
yes, let them out. Listen, we must mention don't rape our girls' chappies when you come over from Afghanistan. I mean, it's beyond belief. Oh, well, the Foreign Office issue leaflets like this and guidance. We don't need guidance. We just need to stop them coming over here.
Well, exactly right. But the fact is, they've done this, but they can't read. A lot of them can't read. They certainly can't read English and they can't speak the language. So,
Yes.
which language have they written it in? I mean, honestly, it's something to tell them before. I mean, it's a nonsense. As if that is going to stop what is in their DNA, that is in their culture. It's what they've been brought up with. Oh, we don't rape women over here. Oh, that's all right then. Oh right, we know, right, okay, that's absolute rubbish. What a waste of money. Who dreamt this ridiculous idea up? How much has it cost? What numpty, what job's worth has produced it? I mean, it's just ridiculous. No, we don't want you to rape our women, and therefore you don't come in. End of.
Oh, but they can see the little pictures of illustrations on the leaflet. Oh, that's what you do, is it? Well, I'll have a bit of that.
Goodness.
No, it's a nonsense.
It's an absolute nonsense. It's just like trying to say to the public, oh, look, we are doing something. Well, no, that's not the something we want you to do. We don't want them here in the first place. Get them out. It's and actually, when you say about putting them in rural areas, I mean that is really going to set the hairs running because they can't stay behind a wire fence because that's against ECHR. So they will be wandering around with nothing and nowhere to go, no bus routes like where we are here, no bus routes, no nothing. It's a 2 mile walk to any shop. They're not going to do that. What are they going to do? Just loaf around the park, smoke weed. I mean, when that lot came down from up near Birmingham, 40, 50 men at the other weekend, I mean, that's all they did. They sat around the park smoking weed until their wretched pigeons flew back.
It's not an answerable topic that we're talking about, or is it? Course it is. We know they can stop it, but they don't want to stop the illegal immigrants coming in
All
because
they have to do is take away foreign aid, take away the ability for visas. That's simple. See
and
where that
stop
gets
giving
them.
them benefits. And I mean, we keep
Absolutely
saying
right.
there's
Absolutely
plenty of
right.
Scottish islands and other
Yeah.
places of
Yeah.
abode. They
Yeah.
could easily put them there.
Yes.
These are criminals.
They're
They're
criminals.
coming in, and by definition, they're criminals. They're coming in illegally.
Well, you can't I was gonna say they're criminals anyway. Before they even entered here, before they even once they've stepped foot on our shores, they're criminals because they're illegal. I mean, why are we bothering with passports?
Well, it's down to the lawyers again because the lawyers are making a fortune
Absolutely
and
right.
they're the ones that make our laws. I
Yeah.
mean, it's unforgivable. And why the British people are not outraged about this? You tell me why. Is it just because we're so laid back, or
I,
don't we realize what's happening?
I think they're frightened. I genuinely think people are frightened about speaking out and suddenly find a knock on the door by the police, like with Lucy Connolly, I think people are frightened. Starmer has done such a good job at gaslighting us and telling us what we can and can't do. Which is why, as I say, the moment he went into power, I joined the Freedom of Speech Union because I
Yeah.
thought, if anything, and I've never even considered it in my life before, and I felt more secure by doing that because they do fight cases and they do win. But I do think people are genuinely. Also, I don't think people necessarily know these days how to complain. I mean, I've never joined a march ever, and I'm not sure. Does it really work? Are you not better doing some sort of petition just I don't know whether marching works. I suppose it makes the point, but I, I, I don't know. I've never done it. I never would do it, but.
Well, you're talking
Yeah.
about petitioning. There's something going through the United Nations this week, on the 27th, in actual fact, that is not brought to many people's attention, but it's absolutely vital, and it's probably more important than anything else that we're going to mention this morning. And that is your children and grandchildren's lives are going to be altered by the UN. The
Yeah.
UN, frankly, are a hellhole. Now they used to be started off for good reasons, but now it's been taken over by the activists, the globalists, the
Mm.
nutcases in many instances, and it is not in any way democratic because what is happening, apart from the likely new lady from South America that's going to be in charge, we don't know yet, but they're pushing through the gender ideology card behind our backs.
Mhm.
Now, it only needs one country. That's more difficult than it sounds to stand up there and block this. We daren't risk it. There's a massive petition going on at the moment. I think this one is being organised by Citizen Go, who've done quite a bit of good work in the past. And your kids are going to be taught how to become sexually active even in primary school. They're going to be taught how to transgender and come in on Tuesday and be a boy and Thursday you're a girl.
I know, it's
This is
dreadful.
all going to be normalized in every school
It's
in the
dreadful.
whole world.
It's dreadful. It's child abuse. It's absolutely awful. And you can't experiment on puberty blockers with young kids. You just can't. I mean, my niece, when she was going through puberty, she used to walk around with football kit on and those Doc Martin boots, right? And she wanted to be called Dave. And for 2 years, she was Dave. And then suddenly she came out of that, and her whole bedroom was bright pink, lucid pink. And now she's married with 3 kids. If she'd been born in today's age, she'd have been banged on puberty blockers.
This is so important because it revolves around the whole world of LGBT,
Hmm.
because they now target them in primary and
Yeah.
early secondary schools.
Hmm.
And in that 2 year window that you just talked about, they get hold of them and they indoctrinate them.
Well,
It is
yes.
wickedness.
It's dreadful. I had someone come and see me the other day. She does a lot of work with domestic abuse for the police, and she came up because she's interested in my training and delivering all that in schools, blah blah blah. Because when she goes around with the police, she sees the most dreadful education about internet and blah blah blah. And he, very nice young man, builder, 3 small kids they've got, and he talked to me about homeschooling, and I said I would not, in today's world, I would not put my children in a state school or even a private school. I would homeschool and belong to a homeschool association. And it has been proved that children that are in a good homeschooling situation learn 25% more. Well, that's not difficult to understand because you've got one-to-one. You can actually hire people that are homeschool tutors. You can do it that way if there's a subject you're not particularly au fait with. And you can use that, and then and there's all sorts of things. There are associations you can link up and take your children out on trips to do everything that a school does because you're not in your own little silo. You can join up with others, and and you don't have to subject your children to all this stuff. And he said, I am adamant that my children are not going to go, certainly not going to go to a secondary school. They're going to be homeschooled, and I think he's right.
Yes, and that is so important as well, that you do allow your kids to mix with other homeschoolers.
Well, you do, absolutely.
Yeah, that's the cheat. That's the thing that people always pick on.
That's
Maybe
right.
rightly so. You've got
No,
to have interaction, child on child.
yes,
That's
the
most
whole the
important.
whole sort of policy area of homeschooling has changed. I mean, I do think it should be registered. I really do think that there should be a register of homeschoolers because that's where the people that are not up to good, that's what they hide behind because the children end up getting abused and they go missing. So there should be a register of it. And similarly, there should be an inspection that your child is up to standard. That it should be much more
Yeah.
monitored, I think, and nailed down with different stuff. But nonetheless, the homeschooling that used to be of many years ago was it. You just stayed at home. It's not like that now.
No,
Absolutely not. No,
no, no.
it's a growing industry, and that's something I would certainly join. I would not subject my kids to all this dreadful bilge.
Yeah, I did have an unfortunate experience with one of my friends who'd home taught her boy, and he behaved immaculately. He was highly intelligent. You can hold an adult conversation with him, mid-teens, but I mean, he was going on 25, never mind mid-teens. But there was something odd about him. And that odd was the fact that he didn't mix with other kids.
Yes. Oh, yes, important. And
Yeah.
that really is why you've got the problems after COVID, isn't it? That the children were kept inside away from their peers. And that's, I mean, I never agreed with lockdown. I said it was ridiculous nonsense. Should have used the herd mentality, in my view, like Sweden did. But I think that is, it does cause huge issues if you can't, if you're not connecting and going through that emotional and physical growth together. And it is important. It's like us if we were siloed away on our own. I mean, we're not islands. We are meant to be in communion with other humans.
Oh, man or woman is an island. That's correct. Benefit claimants are being offered discounts. We're going from mad to madness here. More madness. Sex toys under deals involving some of Britain's biggest brands are being offered to people that are neurodiverse. Oh,
Goodness me.
you can claim this if you're on PIP. You get cheap luxury watches, cheap jewelry, designer clothes, and special, well, sex toys is the proper word I'm looking for. They don't call them that, of course, but they are. They encourage you to be a normal. Really? That's, of course, being put out there by leaflets, mentioning leaflets as we have done before. If you've got ADHD, that's easy to get. It's a new disease that's very easily picked up. ADHD. There are some genuine claimants that have ADHD.
Yeah, a lot of it is PTSD.
Yes, exactly. And so if you're a PIP, personal independence payment claimant, you can have all this with the big advantage it's discounted heavily.
Oh, excellent. You can get a cheap vibrator, then a blow-up dolly, and oh my word,
Yeah.
the choice is endless.
But I mean, we're concentrating on
Ridiculous.
stupidity
I
like
do
this.
not understand why is the human race so obsessed with sex? We don't go around, it's a natural function. Why we don't go round talking about weeing and pooing with the same obsession? Why are people so obsessed about it? And they are. I don't get it. I
It,
really don't get it. I mean,
it's hormonal, they
oh,
tell me.
right. Oh, is it really? Okay, fine. Well, yeah, all right. I went through those hormones. You went through those hormones. But, I don't know why. I'm actually going to start a campaign, I think, that I want my own flag. I mean, the LGBT have ruined rainbows for me because I love rainbows. And now, but I think, why can't I go around waving a flag? I'm heterosexual. Whoopee! I don't care who you're shagging as long as it's not kids and old people and animals.
Yeah,
Just get
but
off and quietly
unfortunately,
go off and do it and don't invade our lives.
numerically, unfortunately, it does get into that. And this over sexualization, call it what you want, but it's not healthy, especially for the kids. They can't get to grips with it. They're not capable
Of course they're not.
at age 4, 5, and 6.
Their brain hasn't developed enough to be able to process it. And in its way, it's going to create trauma. I mean, people are they're just, do they have any brains? I said to someone the other day, do you know what? As a teacher now, if I was a teacher now, with all the GCSEs and the A-level results, I would still be saying what I said years ago is university isn't for everyone. And if you want to become a weirdo, I would say go to university because you'll be brainwashed with ideology and you'll come out with some weird thinking about how the world turns. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you don't believe it, just I'll give one word here. It's called Cambridge. You've got an ideal system there that's infected most of our universities.
Yes, exactly. Exactly, it has. 100% it has. And it wasn't like it when my kids went, but in the last 10 years, and you can see it in the classroom, the new teachers that come out, oh, you can't say this, oh, you can't say that. Do you want to teach them? Or do you just want to teach them about cotton wool and wrap them in it? It's ridiculous, crazy. But this young couple that came up the other day, I thought, oh, crikey, a breath of fresh air, talking about, they were only a youngish couple, I suppose, about 32, but, they had their head screwed on the right way. He was a very successful builder and, just didn't go to university, but a normal, grounded, common sense man, wanting good things for his family.
Yes. The crisis is with us this very day. It's been announced that we're in a mess. The biggest amount of young people without jobs ever. And well, what do we expect? You've got an ex-mad Chancellor of the Exchequer doing everything to make sure that young kids cannot have a job. Oh, but you can go to university. Oh, that's going to be helpful. Well, it shows what's happened now. It is not helpful. And in fact, it's quite the reverse. You try and lift yourself out of £50,000 worth of debt.
Exactly. Which, when you're looking for a mortgage, that goes on as a loan. It will
Exactly.
impact your mortgage. And that's another reason not to do it, because that is a shed load of money, as you say, to have to repay.
Let's give an example. In the good old days, we had a situation where people got jobs. It was sometimes a Saturday job, but it got them
Yeah.
into the way of working. But the big industries that are desperate now for labour at the appropriate price, not inflated by this stupid minimum wage, by this stupid NI, national insurance hike. Dear me. She's gone very quiet, but she would, wouldn't she, Ms. Reeves? She's no
Well,
longer
where
in
is she?
town.
They've all like blown away. Where have they
They
all
have, they
gone?
have. They're on
They fly
holiday.
away to another planet. We've seen no sight nor sound of Starmer, any of them. Liability Lammy, where has he gone? Bridget Phillipson, where have they all gone?
Do we
It's like
care?
have they gone down a mole hole or something? I hope they have, because then I can stamp on the earth.
But I mean, this is it. It used to be getting a job in a restaurant, in a
Yes,
pub.
yes,
This was brilliant trading, and the hospitality industry has been
yeah.
hit on all sides. But open it up, get them into jobs like that working. They may carry on. Oh, this is a good idea.
Well, it's
I'll open my own
Saturday
restaurant.
morning jobs that you used to be able to get
Yes.
at John Lewis or Marks and Spencer's. And it's a training ground for getting up on time, don't be late, turn up smart. It's an absolute training ground in life. It's a very, very, I think, a necessary thing.
And what about places that are so vital, like care homes, that can
Yeah,
take on assistance? I
yes,
tell you what,
yes,
you're going to learn more in a care home than any
yeah,
large manufacturer
yeah,
or
yeah, yeah, yeah,
wherever,
yeah.
because that's real life. There are
That's right.
tons of jobs.
No, they are. And what's wrong with volunteering? If you can't get a paid job,
Mm.
volunteer. Volunteer,
Exactly.
volunteer to work in a charity shop. Volunteer to make the teas and everything in a hospice or whatever. Use your imagination. Get off your backside. I'll tell you what made me really angry last night about some of the kids today. I watched the finals of the piano on Channel 4. I don't know if you watched it. Extraordinary, extraordinary overcoming adversity. One girl, the girl who won, had meningitis when she was a little girl. No legs from the knees down, right? And she had no fingers. No fingers. It was like this and had a thumb. The music, shut your eyes, it was sublime. And and there was another boy that had horrific autism, young guy, and he played just absolutely beautifully. Another guy said, just give me four notes. And someone said, oh, A, B flat, whatever. And from that, in front of the audience on the stage, he created a piece of music. These are all a 14-year-old girl who wrote her own tune, was playing the piano, no music, just from her soul. There's your inspiration. These are the role models. They got off their backside and they really pushed themselves. How that girl continued with, she literally had a fist like this, no fingers on both hands. And she had a standing ovation. It was obvious she was going to win. But I was tweeting last night saying, watch this, get off your backsides, put your phones down and stop feeling sorry for yourselves.
Yep,
That's resilience.
absolutely.
That's resilience.
Which leaves us on to not resilience, quite the opposite. I suppose we've mentioned Afghanistan. We've mentioned this teacher in passing, but we'll go
Oh,
into it in a bit more detail. apparently an Afghan teacher in one of our schools decided that that young lady there was a bit all right for her age, and he sent 200 emails to her suggesting that he would be able to find a good boyfriend for her. 200! And these people are now in our schools, ladies and gentlemen.
And he's still there. He hasn't been suspended. This is an absolute fundamental part of safeguarding. Teachers do not contact students, and he's still there teaching. I mean, it looks like a really smart academy. If I was the parents, I'd sue the school. I would sue the academy because that is a fundamental foundation policy. Teachers must not contact students, and that's a flagrant breach. Appalling. I'll be taking my kids away anyway. The fact that this teacher's there, even if it wasn't my child, because this is a school that is not looking after the staff and the pupils and the parents. That member of staff should go.
And where are the parents? In America, I'll tell you, and in France, and in Spain. They would be outside the school gates at this, protesting, and stopping their children going into that school.
Me too. I absolutely. I'd be there today. I mean, I know it's the summer holidays, but I'll be out there today.
Yeah.
It's dreadful.
Parents, it's down to you as usual.
Absolutely. Parent power.
Time moves on. We've got to be swiftly bringing in, first of all, Henry Novak and the police. This is Hampshire and Isle of Wight police. And they're trying to justify themselves. How can they do? They dig in a bigger hole. They're looking into finding anything in his Facebook, WhatsApp, whatever record that will christen him as a racist.
Unbelievable.
This is disgusting.
It's disgusting. It's disgusting. It's dreadful for his family. And they've gone back to when he was age 12. Why aren't they looking through Vikram's? Back. It was clearly that boy was not racist. I mean, when I saw that, I just despaired. I thought Hampshire police are absolutely unsound. They are a problem. So is Dorset police.
Yeah,
they're
trying to justify themselves. That's what they're doing.
Outrageous. I mean, if I was Henry Novak's dad, I think I would be suing the police as well, because the IOPC aren't going to come up with anything. That's just police officers marking other police officers' homework. Yeah. I mean, you should have IOPC should be made up of ordinary people of the public, not police officers, because that's what it is. Then they're never going to sort of condemn their boys in blue. But the Chief Constable of Hampshire needs to be removed.
Agreed. And listen, we've run out of time, but we've got to do one final thing, and that is this awful crash when 7 people lost their lives.
Terrible.
And you've got again another situation with social media, with TikTok. Oh, we'll pass another law that'll stop them driving the wrong way down a dual carriageway. Nonsense. You've got to get to grips with social media, and there's one way to do it: hit them where it hurts, in their dollar pockets, and find them so they're out completely. The only reason that TikTok allow pornography and other social media companies, including Facebook, that allow pornography, that allow this stupidity to go out driving down the wrong side of the road, is the cash.
But I'm trying not to be sort of like judgmental about the lads that were in the car, but they did look like oiks doesn't mean their life wasn't precious to their parents.
There is some history there,
I'm sure there is. You could see it in the photographs with the trained eye. You can see it like you've been a teacher, I've been a teacher. We've sat all sorts in front of us, and I thought, I bet you were troublesome at school, which doesn't mean that you want them dead, but you think they would have been. I think, Jack, the lads that were, but very, very sad that 2 police officers have been killed. Absolutely awful. Just tragic. It's just tragic. What can you say? I mean, I don't know. Dreadful.
Well, I think we can take steps if we want to. It's again down to our government. There are governments that would tackle this head on. Other governments, maybe we've got them. Oh, well, we can't really do that because this trade deal depends on this.
I
No
don't know
morals, in other words.
how old were the people, the youngsters in the car? I didn't see how old they were.
The ages, I don't think the information has been released
All
yet.
right, okay, okay. But it's just tragic.
It is. Well, listen, we've got to go. Sorry to be so miserable. Hope we've given you something to think about. And we'll see you very shortly.
Bye bye.